Andres.
Well,
Diego Andres.
Saying that the Leahy tried to forge an
why
alliance.
is
relevant is bringing up the Mufti of Jerusalem and trying to blame the Holocaust?
No,
the Mufti was the leader of the Palestine Arab National Movement. The Leahy was 300
and he had as much to do with the Nazi Holocaust as I did.
No, he recruited people for the SS. How can you get away from that?
No, he recruited
people
soldiers.
for the SS.
He recruited soldiers in the Balkans, mostly Kosovars, which was disgusting. I have no doubt about that. But he had
he
one.
Also wrote letters to foreign ministers saying, "Don't let the Jews out."
I knew
the Hungarian foreign minister, the Italian foreign minister received letters from Husseini during the Holocaust. During the Holocaust, don't let the Jews out. Don't let the Jews out. I'm not saying he was a major architect of the Holocaust.
Minor.
But if we're agreed that Hajj Amin al-Husseini, the Mufti of Jerusalem, collaborated with the Nazis during World War II and actively sought their sponsorship, why is it irrelevant?
And probably wanted the destruction of European Jewry.
He probably wanted a lot of things. Okay. If that's relevant, why is it irrelevant that a prime minister of Israel...
Not prime minister. In 1941, he wasn't prime minister of Israel. He was a leader of a very small terrorist group.
So do you consider
denounced as terrorists by the mainstream of Zionism.
Do you consider it irrelevant that many years ago Mahmoud Abbas wrote a doctoral thesis, which is basically tantamount
about Mahmoud Abbas?
Okay,
but didn't bring it up. You're the one who's bringing it up.
But you consider that
belittling
relevant.
the Holocaust. That's what you're saying. The president of the Palestinian National Authority belittled the Holocaust, said it didn't happen, or only a few Jews died.
I think that's a fair characterization of.
But I didn't bring it up.
I brought it up.
Yeah.
Okay, because my question is, then why is Shamir's antecedency relevant?
He was a terrorist leader of a very small marginal group. Hajj Amin al-Husseini was the head of the movement at the time.
Also, the point of bringing up Husseini, the point of bringing up Husseini stuff wasn't to say that he was a great further of the Holocaust. It's that he might have been a great further in the prevention of Jews fleeing to go to Palestine to escape the Holocaust.
But the point
that was the point.
And I explained why I think that's not an entirely accurate characterization. And then I wanted to make another point. If it's legitimate to bring up his role during World War II, why
can't they bring up
legitimate to bring up a man who would become Israel's
speaker,
foreign minister?
40 years hence.
Why is it? And also
he was a young terrorist.
And was also responsible for the murder of the United Nations' first international envoy, Foki Bernadoti. Why is all that irrelevant?
I don't think anybody.
I don't understand.
I think that the reason why he was brought up was because Jewish people in this time period would have viewed it as there was a prevention of Jews leaving Europe because of the Palestinians pressuring the British to put a curb that 75,000 immigration limit. Yes, but it's not about them furthering the Holocaust or being an architect, major or minor play in the Holocaust.
Well,
he was a major player in that region. So if you wanted to bring up
Morris made the specific claim that the Palestinians played an indirect role in the Holocaust.
The indirect role would have been the prevention of people escaping from Europe to
and
Palestine.
my response to that is, first of all, I disagree with that characterization. But second of all...
How can you disagree with that? They forced the British to prevent emigration of Jews from Europe and reaching safe shores in Palestine. That's what they did.
And
they knew that the Jews were being persecuted in Europe.
Was Palestine the only
spot
of land on earth?
Yes, basically.
No. Your motherfuckers could have gone to Germany because they did the Holocaust. Germany did the Holocaust, so why not make Germany pay for their crime by giving the Jews a little bit of land? Huh? Why not? So they could have gone to Germany. They could have gone to America. Europe could have taken them in. And they could have helped rebuild Europe. You know what I mean? I know Europe had to rebuild. There was plenty of places they could have gone. It didn't have to be fucking Palestine. But this is what happens when you have a fucking imperialist fucking cult.
the problem.
Zionism.
Jews couldn't emigrate anywhere else.
What about your great friends in Britain, the architects of the Balfour Declaration?
By the late 1930s,
What
they
about
weren't,
the United
weren't
States?
happy to take in Jews, and the Americans weren't happy to take in Jews.
And why are Palestinians, who were not Europeans, who had zero role in the rise of Nazism, who had no relation to any of this, why are they somehow uniquely responsible for what happened in Europe and uniquely
helping to close
culpable?
the only safe haven for Jews. That's all.
Really? The United States wasn't a potential safe haven. The only one was Palestine.
That's bullshit. Yeah,
The
America
United States
should have.
had no room
No,
from
it
the
did have
Atlantic
room.
to Pacific
It did have
for
room.
Jews.
It did have room, but it didn't
So
want
that
Jews.
wasn't the
But it didn't
only
want Jews.
safe haven.
This is
But
something
shouldn't you be focusing your anger and
America
outrage?
should be blamed for not letting Jews in during the 30s
They are
and 40s.
blamed, but nobody blames them for the Holocaust.
Well,
No,
indirectly.
I've never heard it said that Franklin Delano Roosevelt was indirectly responsible for the Holocaust. I never heard that. Now, maybe it's in Israeli literature because the Israelis have gone mad. Your prime minister said the whole idea of the gas chambers came from the Mufti of Jerusalem.
That's
so.
not.
Look, America didn't really like help Nazi Germany, but some ideas from Nazi Germany did come from America, like the spraying of gases on Jews. That the Germans learned because they saw how we were treating immigrants at the border in America. Look up America immigration fumigation. Like they would fumigate immigrants with chemicals because they were quote unquote dirty. They were quote unquote as like disease carrier. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking weird. And then we will spray them down with chemicals. And the Nazis saw that shit and they were like, oh, we gotta step our shit up. Here it is. 1917 Bath riots. All immigrants from the interior of Mexico and those whom U.S. customs officials deemed second-class residents of Juarez were required to strip completely, turn in their clothes to be sterilized in a steam dryer, and fumigated with hydrocyanic acid, and stand naked before a customs inspector. That's fucked up, guys. You see this shit? This is what America would do, baby. Woo! Get over here, you filthy immigrant, you. We gotta sterilize you.
Yeah, but
we all know
said
that's
it,
nonsense.
But we also know that Netanyahu said it.
Netanyahu says so many things which are
And he
absurd
happens to
or
be the
simple
prime
lies.
minister's longest serving
be
prime minister
responsible
of
for them.
Israel. No,
I can't be responsible
you're not
for them.
responsible for that.
You've been so honest, heart, blowing clouds of light. The fire in our hearts, burning through the night. No longer shall we stand as the planet's demise. United we'll rise with hope in our eyes. With hope in our eyes. Revolution in the air, it's time to take a stand. For the future of our world, we'll fight hand in hand. Through the darkness and despair, a new dawn will arise. With our hearts on fire, we'll paint the sky.